Good afternoon. Welcome back to Voices of Courage Asia channel. This is Lilian here. We are at the Lunchtime Chat, and this is the Transform with Courage series. And yeah, good afternoon and welcome back. I think I missed last week's live because I was in Vietnam, right? And I totally forgot to do a recording. At least you have um an episode to actually listen to during your lunchtime. Well, you see, we make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes, and we tend to forget things at times, right? So yeah, for those of you who are new to the Voices of Courage Asia channel, this channel is all about getting you to think about what you're thinking, working on your mindset, renewing your mindset, reclaiming your courage, rediscovering your identity and purpose, and igniting that your passion. Yes, it's all about you. All right. So I'm going to just share, a couple of thoughts, food for thought for you while you are chewing on your food. You also want to feed your mind. So before we go on with the sharing, do click and like, subscribe to the channel in the YouTube channel, Voices of Courage Asia. Subscribe, like, and share. All right. So that more women out there can benefit from this short sharing. Okay, so today, what's the topic for today? What are we going to be discussing? What are we going to be talking? What are we going to be thinking? Now, I've thought about it this morning, and I asked myself the same question. So I'm going to pose the question to you as well. What are the And I realized, asking myself these questions, I realized that there are three prices to pay as a leader. As we lead ourselves and in that process influencing others and leading others, do you know what are of course there are a lot of prizes to pay being a leader, but we're just going to talk about three. And I remember I was asking myself this question also to friends around, how many of us can actually be very transparent about all our experiences and be brutally honest with ourselves. Instead of talking about showing and talking about all the successes and all the achievements that you make. We hear and we see a lot of people posting all their successes, right? Their accolades and their achievements. Nothing wrong with that. But how about sharing the behind the scene, sharing the challenges and the mistakes before that success? Because success is not an overnight thing, right? We all know that. We all know that, nobody is an overnight success. There were prices that they paid. And are you willing to pay the price, the same price, similar price, and go through the similar challenges that these successful people has gone through and has paid those price? That's a food for thought there, right? Are we willing to pay those price? Now, what are the prices then to pay as a leader, or in your journey of becoming a very successful person, right? But we want to be focusing on leadership, yeah, because our mission and vision for our platform is to develop courageous women leaders. So we want to focus on leadership. Um, there are a few things that I uh, thought about and sharing them with you. In hope that it can add value to your life in your journey in developing yourself as a leader. First thing first, do we actually believe in ourselves? Ha. Yeah, we many of us have self-doubt, right? I think the first number one issue that we want to deal with and address is that self-doubt monster, right? That thought, self-doubt. So believing in yourself is first thing first, right? And so the other thing that I thought about was like, for leaders, we want to recognize one thing, and that is reality. All right, it's reality. It's great to have big dreams. You want to dream big, and you want to give all the hopes, share all the vision that you can see, and probably only you can see. That's great. That's fantastic. Giving the hope and the vision and the dream, painting the big picture, everything shared positively are great. But we also want to recognize, especially as leaders, we want to recognize that everything worthwhile is an uphill. It's an uphill, right? There are obstacles. Definitely there's going to be obstacles along the way. And if you are if you are a leader who just only give hope and paint the big picture, the beautiful picture, but you don't address the heart, if you don't address the heart, what's going to happen is the people that are following you, they're going to lose their tenacity, or there's not going to be tenacity, because dreams take time to fulfill. Right? They don't. It's like what we mentioned, like what I mentioned earlier. It's not an overnight success, right? You take time. Dreams take time to fulfill. They don't come quickly, and things will get harder. Guess what? Things will get harder along the way. Everyone start out, wow, being so excited, enthusiastic about that great dream. That fire was burning, and then guess what? Along the way, problems start surfacing, challenges start coming in your face. And if you don't have the tenacity, you will give up, right? People will drop out along the way, and people will get discouraged because they don't see the result as fast as they want to, because there's an expectation. So the gap between reality and expectation is disappointment. Yeah. So one thought for today, is you want to be prepared for the worst. Otherwise, the worst will win, right? Every opportunity we have, there's going to be obstacles. Every dream that we have, there's going to be problems along the way. And as a leader, we want to recognize this very, very crucial reality. Okay, everything that's worthwhile, your dream is definitely worthwhile fighting for, but recognize that it is an uphill climb. It is an uphill climb. Are you willing to pay the price, right? To do the uphill climb and face the reality as well. Number two, all right. So number one is reality. Yeah. Going uphill. Be prepared to face reality of obstacles, and prepare your people, right? Prepare your team, because definitely there's going to be discouragement. There's going to be problems. So they must have tenacity. All right. Number two, leaders, we must acknowledge that we must climb the hill first. We must climb the hill first, right? We must lead by example. Yes, the key word here is example. We must lead by example. So, that's the thing. Leaders, imagine, okay, I mean, offhand, what I can think of is the Bible story, right? Imagine Moses. I think most of us, whether you're a religious person or not, you probably have heard about the Red Sea, right? It was the movie on Disney. Imagine Moses coming to the end of and facing the Red Sea. Probably one of the questions that goes through his mind, and his communication with God is like, oh, why must I always be the one to go first? The testing and everything, the leader has to go first. Now, actually going first has its advantages as well. Going first gives you more authority, right? Because you lead by example, and then that's when you can say, follow me. Follow me. Now, if you don't go first, nobody is going to see that success, right? Nobody is going to see how you overcome those challenges. Nobody is going to see, if you don't go first, people don't have the confidence right? Don't have the confidence to follow you, because it's like the blind leading the blind. All right. So yes, and that's number 2, right? Leaders, we must recognize and always be ready to climb the hill first. It is an uphill climb, and we must be the one to climb first. Now, last three prize. Okay, 3 prize. The third prize is leaders. We want to be able to go slow in order to go fast. We must pay the price to go slow in order to go fast. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you are a very efficient and a go-getter, very self-driven person, you do things fast paced. Now, that can be really a challenge for you as a leader, because oftentimes you will feel like, I'll just do everything myself. I'll just get it done myself. It's faster. Now, if you think this way, then that's going to be a challenge, because leaders need to slow down for the team, right? What do we slow down for? There are a few things that we do in slowing down. Number 1 is we go slower, right, so that we can go further. That's the objective here. But when we step, okay, we talk about forward first, right? Leaders, we step forward, we step ahead of the team, but not too far away. All right, don't go so fast until your team lose sight of you and you totally lost your team, right? Far enough, ahead enough that they can see you. All right, they can still see you and they can still follow you. All right, but you also want to at times um, be beside them, be with them, be among them, right? Be among the team. To do what? To listen. Be an active listener. To listen to what are their challenges, how you can support them in that journey to overcome those challenges, right? So step forward, be among them, and you also want to be what I would say behind them, because you want to be behind them to encourage them, right? To encourage them, to cheer them on, to encourage them to do it on their own, to get them to step out of their comfort zone and to apply what you have been sharing and mentoring them, so they have to do it themselves too. So you want to go behind them to encourage them, right? So this is a great leader. This is a leader that I picture of. And I hear from my mentor, John Maxwell. He said he called this behavior, he actually have a name for it. He called it the leadership dance. Yeah, the leadership dance. It's like cha-cha. I call it the cha-cha because we need to step forward, we need to step backwards. Yeah, it may seem frustrating. It may be frustrating for some personality, because you like to get things done fast. But I've learned over the years as well. I'm still learning, and I've learned over the years. I admit as well, because this channel, we want to today's episode, we want to be very transparent with our communication, right? We want to not just talk about the successes, but we want to talk about the mistakes and challenges that we face. So one of the challenge and maybe a wrong mentality that I had was that I was very tempted to just go, and I feel that I can do it faster. If I do it myself, it will be faster. But the thing is, if you're doing it yourself, then you're not a leader. Nobody is following you. You're just on your own. You're just on your own, doing your own thing and achieving your own thing. That's not a leader. A leader must have the heart, right? The heart for the people. And one more thing, I'll just add one more bonus point, one more bonus price, or one more price price to pay, is to publicly acknowledge that we need people. We need the team. if you are a leader, you need the team. You need people to support you, and you at the same time, you are supporting others. Leaders are okay. Let's put it this way: the people need a leader. People need a leader, but at the same time, the leader needs the people too, right? Because this is a teamwork. It's a teamwork. If you want to do great things, you need a team. It's not a one-man show. Yeah, I mean, if you want a one-man show, then probably you just do it on your own, and that's not leading, right? So we were talking about leadership here. And yeah, so I actually prepared 3 points, three price that you 3 price that you pay, as a to become a good leader, a transformational leader, a leader with a servant's heart. Yeah, but here I gave 4. All right, bonus. One more point. Okay, yeah, so I hope that these 4 points does help you to choose, are food for thought for you today. Think about that. What kind of a leader are you, right? And um, yeah, chew on that, and become a great leader. Become a leader that empathize with your team, a leader that has the heart, a servant's heart, a leader that is transformational, right? So it's not all about you. If it's all about you, I, me, myself, then you are a soloist. You are basically on solo. You are not a leader who works together with the team. Okay, so that is the culture of the leadership environment in our community. And of course, in the way that we do our mentoring and design of our programs, they are all very value based, right? Because we feel that it's very important to have a strong core value, right, to guide and anchor our direction in developing yourself. So I'm very excited again to share with you the Transform with Courage Bootcamp, because that is something that we want to offer, and offer it to women out there who wants to develop yourself, who wants to rediscover your identity and your purpose in life. If you have been trapped in that cycle of that vicious cycle of fear and paralysis, analyze and paralyze, analyze until you're paralyzed, right? You're always not moving, you're always procrastinating, you feel so stuck in the relationship, you can't get out of it, you can't salvage it, nothing seems to be working. You like very frustrated, right? Very, very frustrated with what is happening, and you need a breakthrough. So I mean, we've been there, and we've overcome many challenges. It's just not just me, but all the women in our community. So we have different stories. We hear so many different stories, so many different challenges, so many mistakes that were made. But the good news is you can get out of it. There is always a solution. There is always a solution. Yeah. And the boot camp is the whole purpose of the boot camp is to empower you, to renew your mindset, to strengthen up and address all the emotions, issues that you have. And most importantly, coming up with a strategic and intentional action plan so that you will have a sustainable results, right? You will achieve your goals with sustainable result, because it's not just a 3 days 3 nights boot camp. Really, it's actually three days 3 nights plus 3 months 3 months of support, right? We put in a support system to ensure a sustainable achievement of your goals. Yeah. And again, we all need people, we need the support of each other, and you want to have a great support system, a loving support system, an environment that is courageous, full of courageous women cheering you on, right? So that is who we are, Women of Courage Asia, our community, as well as Her Courage Business Network for the female entrepreneurs, right? And so if you want to work on yourself, you want to have that breakthrough, you're sick and tired of being trapped in that circle, in that vicious cycle of fear and procrastination and paralysis, time to take action. All right, time to take action. Are you willing to pay the price? First thing first is to lead yourself. As a leader, you must be able to first lead yourself. All right, so the Transform with Courage Bootcamp is happening in August, right? End of August on the 25th to 28th. We check out on the 28th, actually finished by 27th night. Yeah, so but we check out on the 28th, and you can find out more information in our website, right? You can just go to classliving.com.sg or this specific link, right, that directs you to the web page with all more information there. Right, day one, we go the whole theme about day one is discovering you. All right, we're discovering you. We will look into your personality, how you are wired, why you do what you do, why you behave, this way, why there's always this automatic response or automatic reaction. Why? What is driving that automatic reaction? Yeah, we're going to discover that. And then, we're going to address the mindset, the belief system, and the emotions that has been associated with all these beliefs and behaviors. Right. And finally, we are going to make sure that you take action. All right. And it's not just about you, there's also a teamwork, right? There's also teamwork, experiential activities throughout, because we learn best through, experiencing it ourselves. I always like to say this, and I'll say it again and again. We do not learn from experiences alone. We learn from reflecting on those experiences. So the best way is to experience it yourself and reflect upon it and get your own aha moments, right? So I'm very excited, looking forward to meeting, all the potential leaders and all you women out there who wants to rise with courage, who needs a dose of courage for your breakthrough. We are there for you. I'm there for you. This program is custom tailored, especially for women, by women, right? We understand what womanhood is all about, the different challenges that we have. So you may be asking, like, Lilian, why are you doing this, right? What's the agenda? People like to ask, what's the agenda? But the agenda is to empower you, right? Because we have been in the pit before and it's frustrating, it's miserable, right? For those of you who have not gone through depression, you may not be able to understand. But for those of us who have gone through depression and were suicidal, it is not a joke, all right? It is not a joke. And it is a very scary place to be in. I personally been through that, right? And even attempted suicide. So I understand how scary it can be, right? That's why we want to do this. That's why we want to help you. We want to support you. We want to provide that support. We want to empower you to get out of that vicious cycle of fear zone and get into the courage zone. Okay? Oh my God, why am I getting a bit emotion? Right, yes, because I really feel very angry, angry. It's not a bad thing, bad kind of anger, but it is angry that seeing women being stuck, seeing women living in fear. That is so frustrating for me. I don't know about you, but it's so frustrating for me to see women being stuck in fear and not living their authentic self, living out their purpose in life. That is so frustrating for me. So that's why we are doing this. All right, we are creating this curriculum, we are creating this program, especially for you. So it's going to happen in Malaysia, in KL, Malaysia. So for those Malaysian friends, women in Malaysia, we look forward to empowering you with this bootcamp. So take that opportunity to come and join us in this bootcamp for yourself. All right, it is for yourself. Okay, so that's all for today's sharing, right? Very short one, and I hope you're still enjoying your lunch or you're finishing up your lunch, right? Not just feeding your body, remember, feed your mind as well. Food for your thought. What kind of prices are you willing to pay to become a leader? What kind of a leader are you? All right. So that's all for today. Click on the link to go to the Transform with Courage Bootcamp page to find out more information. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. right? And then subscribe and like our channel, share it, right? Share it. And there is power in the word of mouth. Share it with friends, women especially, that you know who need a dose of courage. Okay? I'll see you at the boot camp. I'll see you next week as well. Bye.